everyone, how are you doing all? In today's video, I'm going to share behind the scenes of our Halloween special video. If you haven't seen that one yet, I'd recommend you to go check it out very quickly. You can find a clickable link on the top right corner. Watch it and come back here again. As you might remember, I used scenes from some famous movies, and I also animated some of them. It was a lot of work, but was a lot of fun too all at the same time. So without further ado, here is how I started. After having picked the movies, I've done quick sketches of the most iconic scenes on my iPad. Let's begin with Pennywise. After printing out the sketch, I transferred it to a watercolor paper and I started painting it. Here I am painting it with gouache mostly, and I used colored pencils too. One might wonder, why did I paint the whole page green? Easy, because I needed to use the green screen effect. I was a little skeptical at the beginning, but it turned out not so bad, I think. Then the gorgeous ginger hair of Pennywise. You think I was not gonna add that? Look at that. Then I went to my one and only pasta maker and I ran my red clay a few times to make a big, wobbly, red and scary balloon. As you can see here, I first drew a quick sketch of a balloon on a piece of oven sheet. Then I filled it with clay and I baked it for about 20 minutes in the oven. Then I animated it. This was a lot of fun. This is the first version with the actual green background, and then the final version with the green screen effect. Not so bad, eh? Then the next one is Mulholland Drive. I followed the same first steps with this one too, printed out the sketch, and I transferred it into a watercolor paper and started painting it with mostly watercolors this time. In the end, I animated their hair with soft yellow clay. I know, it's not so visible in the video, but the hair is actually moving. I assure you, it does. Here's the final version. The Twilight Zone, the door. The door that you unlock with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. I cut a little piece of a cardboard in the shape of a door first, then I went to my pasta maker again and run my white clay a few times. Actually, it was more than just a few times, but okay. Then I cut the clay in the shape of the door with the help of the cardboard that I cut before. And I corrected all the edges with my fingers. Actually, maybe the door would have looked better if I hadn't corrected the clay after cutting it, but I don't really like perfect looking objects in stop motion animation. I mean, I find them too realistic. I like them to be more like wobbly, look-alike, and clay-like, I guess. Then I cleaned it a little bit with baby wipes. After having baked it for about 20 minutes, I animated it, and here's the final version. Scream. This one was mostly a painting again. I used a lot of black gouache for the cloak. And after finishing painting, I animated the blood with red soft clay. I enjoyed animating that a lot. And Twin Peaks. In this one, I mostly used the colored pencils and pastel crayons. Mountains and more mountains again. Here at the end, I'm using the leftover clay from the balloon. After rolling the clay, I put thin pieces inside the letters, but then I couldn't find a way to animate them actually. So it's a little motionless. And to complete this painting, it took me something like, let's say, half a day? Whole day? I guess how long have I used it for? 1 second. Yep,